Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to do this half fan stitch. Now some people call it half a fan, some people call it a half shell. It looks a little bit like a corner to corner stitch. It's done in a straight line, but it's a half a fan. Or if you're one of the people who call these shells, it's a half shell. A one row repeat, very simple. Works up really quick. Use any yarn that you want and use whatever hook it tells you to use on your yarn. And this is a little sample I've been doing. I'm going to stretch it out so you can see these stitches a little bit better. They're just little clusters. It's a one row repeat. You're just doing double crochets and single crochets. That's it, that's all you do, and you repeat it row after row, just a one row repeat. So I'm going to show you how to do this half fan stitch. Now you use the hook size it tells you on the yarn that you've chosen to do this stitch with. We're going to do a foundation chain. We're going to do our foundation chain in sets of 3 stitches. So 1, 2 and 3. Now when you're doing a foundation chain, never count the loop on the hook. Always count the stitches that you've already made. So we have 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep doing your sets of 3 until your chain is as wide as you need it for the blanket that you want to make. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I've got enough done on my sample. I'm going to chain one extra stitch. Now into that second stitch in the chain, never count the loop on the hook. 1 and 2, we're going to put a single crochet and pull through. Into the same stitch you're going to put 2 double crochets. That's 1 and 2. And if you're in the UK or Europe, these are treble crochets. You're going to skip 2 stitches. 1, 2, and then do that cluster again into the third stitch. 1 single crochet and 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Skip 2, 1, 2, and then single crochet and 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Skip 2 and then do your cluster. 1 single crochet and 2 double. All the way along. We're going to skip 2 and we're going to put a single crochet into this last stitch. 1 single crochet. Now the smaller the hoop you use, the more dainty and compact this little half shell is going to be. If you use thicker yarn and a bigger hook, you'll get a bigger pattern, just the way I showed you at the beginning. So at the end I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Don't count that as a stitch. Now into that very first space there, you're going to put a single crochet. You're going to put in the same stitch 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. You're going to skip 2 stitches. 1, 2, and into that single crochet stitch you're going to put another single crochet and 2 double crochets, all into the same stitch. You're going to do your little half shell into that space. So turn your work, skip 2 stitches, and into that little single crochet you're going to do a single crochet and 2 double crochets. Skip 2 stitches, single crochet and 2 double crochet into the same stitch. This is the row we'll keep repeating, and it makes this beautiful little half shell or a half fan. Skip 2 stitches and into the 3rd stitch, single crochet and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. You're going to do that all the way to the end. Skip 2, single crochet into the next stitch and 2 double crochets into the same stitch. Make your little half shell. Skip 2 stitches. You can turn it and you see the 2, 1, 2, and you're going into that little 3rd one. And do your half shell. Skip 2 and then do your half shell. So you're going to skip 2 and do a single crochet in at the end. And this is what you have. Chain 1 and turn. Into that very first stitch, I'm going to do a single crochet and 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Skip 2 stitches, skip 1, 2 and into that little single crochet there. This is what you'll keep repeating until your blanket or your project is as big as you need it to be. So just stretch it a little, skip 1, 2 and then single crochet into the 3rd stitch and your 2 double crochets into the same stitch. And this is what you get. You will have a nice straight edge and you'll have these lovely little half shell clusters. I'll do a few more rows. I'll come back and show you what it looks like in this pink, and then I'll show you my larger blanket again. So I've done a few more rows, and just remember that every time you get to the end you'll do a single crochet into the end, chain 1 and turn, and you'll work, and then you'll work into the stitch here and do your half shell or a half fan. Some people call these a shell and some people call them a fan. So this is only half of it. This is just a half of one, and look at the texture in that. It is so pretty. Now I'll get my larger one that I've been working on in the variegated yarn. Now this is a candy pink. It's a weight 2 yarn. This is a lightweight 2 yarn, and I'm using a 6 hook. So the things you have to remember is you do a single crochet on your last stitch here, chain 1 and turn, and then you'll do your next half fan cluster into that very first stitch. And this is the other one that I've been working on. Now this is just a variegated yarn. So the yarn that I've been using is this. So this is the yarn that I've been using for this one. The colour number is 55414. And it's so pretty. So you can use any yarn for this. Just use the hook size that tells you on the yarn that you've chosen to do. And this is how pretty this stitch works out. So give it a try. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you click on the bell icon, YouTube will tell you when I put up another tutorial.